Hi everyone! Welcome to Semiya, another section, another live. I'm so happy to see everyone. We have not done this lives in a very long time, but I'm happy that we're going back to it, especially because we love hearing about brands. We love getting to know more about brands, and I feel like it's so important to really know the information about who we're shopping from, what are the materials, what's the process, and today, Macrina is going to tell us about how she started her own brand, and it's a made-to-order brand. So I'm going to stop the introductions and invite her. So let's call her at as a... Okay, Sorry, sometimes request to join, invite.
Hey.
Hi, we're in Macrina.
Oh yeah, we're twinning. I love
We're
it.
twinning. I'm so happy. Well, let's start by introduction. So who are you? What's your name? What's your age? Where do you come from? So our audience normally does not know very well about the brands until we introduce them to them through this live. So introduce yourself.
Okay, perfect. I'm Angela. I'm the creator and founder of Macrina, and I'm 29 years old from Monterrey, Mexico, and here is where Macrina is based.
Yay! So how did you start Macrina? Tell us about it, because honestly, I personally choose all the brands that are in Semiya, and from the first glance, I fell in love with Macrina and everything that Macrina does and supports and how the process is evolved. So how did you start it, or how did you come up with this idea?
That's amazing. So thank you. Macrina was born truly because I couldn't find what I was looking for in stores. I've always been like a vintage shopper or a thrifter, and I've loved, having my own personal style. And there's just pieces that lived in my mind and did not live anywhere else. And I had a background of sewing. I got really into sewing and I was good at it. I actually designed and manufactured costumes for dancers. So that's where I got like my experience in production. And I don't know, one day I was just like, it's my time, I've got to do it. I always loved colors and art. So my idea was to combine the things that I loved and collaborate with illustrators to create fabrics and then create beautiful garments that are colorful and conversation pieces that you now know and love.
Oh, I love it. And when did you start like getting into the fashion world? Like was the like designing your costumes for for the dancers, like that's when you started, or did it was a passion before that?
I think it was a passion before that. Ever since high school, I think is when people started noticing that I dressed somewhat quirky. I hadn't even noticed it myself, but it was, I guess, when people started telling me, and I was like, oh, that's right. I sort of have like a personal style, and I wanted to dig deeper into that. That's when I started sewing, and that the costume thing was just, it came to me. I wasn't searching for that, but it was like a great stepping stone in becoming like a really good seamstress and learning a lot about production, which is what I do since Macrina. I produce basically everything, so I feel like it gave me a really strong background for that.
Oh, I love it. And how did you come up with the name Macrina? Like, was it something that is it a meaning or?
Yeah, it's actually my great grandmother's name. Of course, I did not meet her, but my grandfather told me her story. She used to be a seamstress. She was like a really strong, independent woman, so I loved it. Her full name was Maria Quirina, but she went by Macrina, and so I don't know. I just really liked it, and it felt right.
So basically, it runs in your blood. It's
I
been
guess so. Yeah.
generation. Like it's part of you.
Yeah, I feel like it is.
Oh, that's amazing. And which was one of your first designs? I know you started with swimsuits, right?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, we started with swimsuits. Since I had like really good knowledge with those types of stretch materials, it was really easy for me, and I love that. Also, I'm like extremely picky with my swimwear, So that's with what I started. I asked a friend of mine that we became really close friends, and she helped me a lot with Macrina called Carlopsia. She's an illustrator, and she created the prints and patterns of our first ever collection, which was a fish pattern and like a little swimmer's pattern as well.
So when was Macrina founded? When was like your officially first collection?
It was in the summer of 2019. Yeah, before COVID
Oh,
happened. That's how I remember.
yes. Well, that's, I mean, they say that swimsuits is one of the toughest fabrics like to work with because like the production or like the process of sewing it, it does take like a lot of skill. So
It
you went,
takes a lot of practice. Like sewing is basically practice. You must practice, fail a lot, and then you'll learn. Also, I think that I began taking like sewing lessons and becoming fully interested in sewing when I was in college. I had I studied industrial design for school, so I had taken like the basics, geometry and drawing stuff classes. So when I started sewing, I feel like I had some skills from my major that helped me a lot to translate it into sewing, especially in like pattern making. So I feel like I had a little bit of advantage.
no, and I mean, they say that like pattern making, it's also like tough. It's one of the most important steps in fashion because like if you have a bad pattern, then like you're gonna have a bad piece, you know? So it's not gonna be as useful or it's not gonna be as workable in like for clients or for customers. So you learn a very important skill that like later evolved onto what Macrina is right now.
Yes, definitely. Like I have friends that wanna, build a brand and stuff. And one of my most helpful tips, I think, is like learn how to pattern make. Even if you're not gonna be the pattern maker, just knowing what the possibilities are and thinking like in the construction just helps a lot in designing stuff that you can actually produce.
Yeah. So we know that you collaborate with Carla, like this designer as well with the patterns, but how's the designing process? Like how do you guys come into this collaboration into designing what like the patterns that you see in Macrina?
Well, luckily I've only collaborated with like really awesome people, so we create like a special bond. Especially with Carla, that was our first collaborator, and then came on to work with at Macrina for a really long time. So I guess it's fun. It's bouncing off of ideas. It's having like open communication. Usually, I sort of guide the theme. I'm like, I think I want to do something for like, for example, the volteretas, which are our reusable bags. I was really clear in like what I had in mind. There's one with like supermarket stuff. I really envisioned that and just translated it to Carla so that she could put her own twist. And then the fruit one also was exactly like that. And then she said like, let me do something for fun. And I'm like, okay, sure. Like if you have an idea, it's amazing. And then she came up with the bird watcher one, which is so pretty. So it's like it's a fun bouncing off of ideas and then maybe guiding also with our collaborators. They usually do like the first illustration, which is sort of like a sketch, like a rough sketch, and then together we can figure out coloring and trial and error a bunch and then get to the final product.
No, and I think it's amazing that you talk about this because me that I studied chemical engineering, like I had no idea about design. I have no idea. Like I could envision something in my head, but I'll the type of person that'll be like, no, I'm not a designer. So like, who knows if I'm right or if this like design is gonna actually like people are gonna like it. So I love that you're talking about this because it shows that hey, like if you have something envisioned, like you don't just have to do it yourself. Like you can collaborate with other artists or other designers and make it evolve into something that you are passionate about and that like you live and put basically your heart into it.
Yes, absolutely. And then, I mean, even if you're a designer, sometimes you're gonna do stuff that nobody likes, which has happened. It's just about trying it out and learning from our mistakes, basically.
Yeah, no, and it's basically a personality thing. Like you think it's cool and then other people are like, what is that? And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, it was just me. Like but No, I truly love all the designs that Macrina has. And talk to me about the materials. Like, how do you come up with these fabrics? How do you come up with this like swimwear? Like, I love the multi-usable swimwear that you put everywhere. Like, it can be for like even big boobs, small boobs. It can be
Yeah.
all bodies, and you can put it in so many ways. Like, how do you come up also with this? Like, it's super. I honestly I use it some for the markets, and it's so breathable. Like, I feel like I can sweat in it and it doesn't stink. Like, I can run with it. I mean, because at the markets, I'm usually like carrying so much stuff and being at the sun all day. And it's something very comfortable to wear all day. So how do you come up with these materials?
I love that you're saying that because that's like at the core of our brand. I love comfort. So I'll never sacrifice comfort for like wearing something cool. So that's also what I try to do. You like combine it also like using simple silhouettes that I know that will work on a lot of people, that everybody will look good and then just, give them a Macrina twist, which would be a fun pattern and colors. So the materials is something that I work on, and it's basically through trial and error. And for example, I'm about to launch a new product, and I think I did like 7 tries. And then I love wearing the things also. So I try them out and make sure that it's just perfect. That if I'm like in the morning trying to dress myself and it's something like I want to wear that thing again, I know that, oh, it's good because I was comfortable and I could, my day is also full with sewing and moving and stuff. So I want to feel comfortable and be able to wear my stuff. So it's basically a lot of trying new things. And once I find the fabric that I love, I'm like, I'm going to use it till the day that I die. No, I'm kidding, but I'm gonna use it in as many products as I can.
No, and I love that because like sometimes we feel like we have to sacrifice fashion or have to sacrifice like looking good to be comfortable and to be able to do everything that we want throughout the day. Like sometimes we have busy lives, it's not like we have to walk, I don't know, like a lot. Me personally, that I live in LA, sometimes if I want to go to the grocery store, I have to walk and then go back and then be at my desk and then go and do, I don't know, a dinner. And I want to be wearing the same stuff all day. I don't want to be changing like my outfit every time I go for like this special occasion. And I love having something in my closet that I can wear like I can wear it with jeans. I can wear it with like a high top. I can wear it like for dinner. I can wear it for like going to the park and walk. Like it's something that you can use in so many different occasions. And I love that you trial and error because it truly demonstrates in like when you have that product.
Yeah, and it helps that I'm really picky because I guess I'm not a perfectionist in everything, but I feel like in the materials that I use, I truly am a perfectionist. And also, since we really care about sustainability, I find the background of the producers and make sure that that the fabric is certified so that there's no harmful chemicals. So yeah, it's basically a really long process until you can get this product with the fabric that we've chosen really carefully.
And what about like I know that you love sustainability and that you enhance that in Macrina. What are some of the sustainability that you involve in your day to day as Macrina, or maybe your process or in the way you produce? How is it?
Sure. So first, what I was talking about from the producers of the fabric, but then in our small workshop, which everything is handmade in our really tiny workshop that we have a made-to-order business model, which basically means that we do not produce overstock, and so when somebody buys the thing, then we produce it, and that is it really helps with the waste factor. We try to be as zero waste as possible. So just for context, like a regular fashion company would produce in like they would pile and pile and pile and pile fabric and then cut the same piece like a billion times and get excess waste. And what we do is a lot more time consuming because we cut each garment like one by one. So it's really minucioso.
No, yeah, it's like making sure like you have a piece of paper, making sure how to like fit the
Yes,
pattern that way, like it wastes the least amount as possible, even though it takes way more time to produce it.
exactly. That's exactly what we do. And then we try to keep that little pieces of waste, and then we recycle them or then use it for something else.
Or like that, like this part of the.
Yes, exactly. Or like for filling up a cushion that you're gonna have in your house, or like a dog bed or something. Just finding new ways to use those little types. Also, we are about to launch a new product that uses dead stock material, which is basically waste stuff from somebody else that would go to a landfill, and instead we're gonna make a beautiful garment out of it. So that's our way of helping out.
I love it. I love it. Like it gives me chills like talking with brands like yours, like Macrina, that truly cares about the environment, that truly cares about like what their customers think, and that truly cares about the design, and that's something practical and something that can last in your closet forever. So tell me like how do you think makes a long lasting piece, or how's like the part of the creation that makes it long lasting?
Okay, yeah. Well, I think that what makes it long lasting is first the quality, and we're really um, thorough in making sure that everything is high quality, from the fabrics to the production to, just, I don't know how to say it in English. I'm
No
sorry.
worries. I can translate it. I also struggle with English, so but that's being Latinas. Like that's why we're here. That's why we're like growing, like showing what we truly empower.
Yeah, and also I feel like the simplicity in our silhouettes help to make pieces timeless. And something that I really try to promote in our social media is to be like a proud outfit repeater. So just having those basic pieces that will help you, and that you can use, wear and wear and wear, and everything will be okay, and you can throw it in the washing machine and then it'll come out perfectly. That's amazing.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with everything that you're saying, because that's something that I promote a lot in Semiya, and I promote a lot with all the other brands that we have. Is we're just curating timeless pieces. Like this print is not something that's like trending. No, it's something that like Angela, like you and like other artists collaborated and to make it something that's timeless, not just for like fashion or that's trending right now. That way you can have it in your closet forever. And if you buy it and it's like your personality and it's like your style in it, then you're always gonna want to wear it because it's comfortable, it's adaptable to every environment, something that you feel like demonstrates a part of your personality as well. And it that just grows with like a mix and match of other pieces that you also have in your closet that are also timeless. So I'm outfit repeater 100%. Like I have
Yeah.
one of
Also,
my favorite pieces is the one for Macrina. So if you go to a market and see me using the exact same shirt, it's because for me, why not? Like that's me. That's what I like. It's practical. It's like just keep using it.
yeah, and also like I really want our customers to feel like you do not have to follow trends. Like there's no such thing as trends. You should only follow like your personal style and what you feel looks good on you and makes you feel empowered and comfortable and happy, which is really what I really try to bring to our prints and our colors, is just, happiness, and that maybe you wear it on a day that you feel really happy.
No,
Want to share it with the world.
especially because sometimes like you don't know what to wear and you just go back to the same shirt that you love. That's me. That's like today I don't even want to think about what to wear. I'm just gonna wear this piece that I know it looks amazing on me, and that like it's gonna help me go through all day.
Yes, definitely.
So we also love like empowering our audience and like inspiring them. So what do you think are some of the like tips or challenges that you have been through that of building like a made to order brand? Because that's basically what Macrina is.
Yeah, well, there's definitely challenges in like time wise. You have to be really organized and make sure that you give and that it's clear for your customer that it's gonna take a while for their piece to arrive. Because I feel like we live in the Amazon Prime world where everything gets here in a day, and it's hard for the customer to be sure to buy from you thinking like, really, it's gonna take 10 days for the thing to arrive. So we want to make sure to show them why it's worth it, and be like, this is so much worth it because it's handmade, because it was made especially for you, because it's high quality. So it's been a challenge, of course, but educating our customer in that sense is important. And also, being organized as the manufacturer is really important, because you don't want to get like so many orders that you cannot keep up, and you want to be, open and transparent to your customer as well.
No, and that's the reason we do these lives. That way they can know like the transparency that like Macrina has, like their process, and get to know like, hey, this is the reason that's why we're doing this. Like that's why it's made to order, because it's so important to educate ourselves in this. And well, like everybody that's joining us in this live, like you can buy our pieces, the Macrina pieces on Shop Semiya. But if there's not in your size, the reason is because most of the pieces are made to order. So Macrina like gives us a small stock of all the sizes to have us. But again, we don't want to have back stock, and we don't want to have like 10 or 20 pieces that are not being sold like immediately. So that's why if you don't see your size, make sure that you can send us an email, you can send us a DM, and we can make it for you. Angela and I were in constant communication to make sure that we have like a clear, transparent, made to order as well process. So make sure that you also follow Macrina, because I love her reels. Her reels are super fun. I love how you also in your personal Instagram, I love how you also share like how to do like handcrafts, and it's something that like I truly admire of you, because you don't just focus on like your fashion brand, you also focus on other aspects that makes you artistic and makes you like evolve your creativity.
Thank you so much. It was actually like my goal this year first to, because I sort of was apenada. How do you say that?
Um, I was like ashamed of
Yeah, or maybe from like posting a lot of my face or like dancing TikTok videos and stuff. But this year I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it because it's the way to get the word out, and find more people that might be interested in my stuff. And then for my personal account, it's just stuff that I had already been doing, because I love doing like crafting in my little the small breaks that I get. I'm crafting.
as
So
a business owner and as a fashion designer, as a manufacturer and
yeah,
marketing.
exactly. In the tiny breaks that I get, I love crafting. So I was already doing it, and I just felt like, you know what, I'm just gonna record it, and it might help people to also want to live like a more creative life, which is what we want to do at Macrina.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And for everyone that's seeing this, like, this is why we love supporting like Latin designers, because look at the time and effort and heart that they put into their designs. They really look for something like that's not just fast fashion. They look for something that's more slow fashion, that goes more with our day to day, and it's timeless, and it's going to last in your closet for a very long time. So if you like this live and if you like this shirt and the one that Angela is wearing, feel free to buy them. We have actually the product below. I pin it just in case anyone was interested. But anyway, you can also buy it at shopsemiya.com. And thank you so much, Angela. I'm so happy we did this.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much. I love what you are doing. I love being a part of this great community of Latin American designers. So thank you.
Well, it was a pleasure seeing you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so the way we close this, I'm always very confused on how to end lives. So we do a yes and now. Bye, guys. Thank you.